Hello everybody, welcome in, welcome back, welcome to my channel. I am Lisa and this is North Star Energy Healing. Today is Wednesday, November 6th. Happy birthday, Grammy. My grandmother's birthday was November 6th. She is obviously crossed. She has been gone for 29 years, but I still think of her every year on her birthday. She was a very integral part of my upbringing. Okay, so today is the day after the USA elections. I didn't stay up all night last night, but the last time I checked was about 10 o'clock last night. And many other readers that I subscribe to, Amanda Ellis being one of the primary ones, have had the same feelings that I have had. It was really funny to me. Well, not funny, but synchronistic, but confirming and whatnot, that she said the dragons were circling above USA. I said that in a couple of readings months ago about the dragons, and how they are trying to keep us on the right track in the USA, keep us from getting into that hating each other state of mind that has happened so many times. I checked in with my guides this morning. I didn't know what I was going to read on. I just got up and kind of meditated a little bit and thought about it. And, the first thought was just do current energies in the USA. And as I kept meditating on that, I was prompted to just pick up my deck and start shuffling, and said, okay, Spirit, show me what it is that you would like me to read on. What is the subject matter? What is the whatever? So I shuffled, and the first card that came out was the Three of Wands. And if you've watched me before, you know that this is a choice card. It's a 3. It's creation, collaboration. It is the Holy Trinity. It is the mind, body, spirit card, whenever we get the number 3. In this deck, this card is choice. He has 2 action, passion wands planted behind him. He has one in his hand. He's looking out to the ship on the sea. And I often say that this card is a card of contemplating what to do, or what is he doing? Is he going to get on the ship, or is he waiting for somebody to get off the ship? What is, his choice at this moment? The next card that came out was the Sword of Truth. All right, so as these cards were coming out, then my guides would give me a thought, and that thought was stay in truth. The next card that came out was the Knight of Cups. This is the love and romance card, and the next thought that came to me was stay in love. And then I heard stay in truth and love. Okay, so as I contemplated on those 3 cards, and I was, tuning into my guides and asking for more information, they said, we want the truth in the USA about the election. And I'm trying not to be triggering. I don't want to say words that are triggering. I want the truth, and everybody wants the truth. Okay, so those are the 3 cards. Choice. What are we doing? What is our choice about truth and love? Can we stay in truth and love if our candidate that we voted for doesn't win, or if the candidate wins that we chose, right? We need to stay in truth and love. And so I tuned in with each one of my guides and was asking them, for information, or tell me, what are your feelings, thoughts, or what do you want to say? What do you want me to say to people? And Mother Mary was the first one. And she kind of, what happens when I'm tuning in with my guides before reading is I kind of open up my green crystal bubble of protection. And then each one, as I say their name, kind of shows me their face. They kind of come in, and I get an energetic feeling of how they're feeling. So hard to explain. So Mother Mary was the first one, and she came in and she bowed her head down. Meaning, to me, the feeling was one of sorrow, okay? I don't know, sorrow. I feel like it was sorrow about the state of the human beings in America and what happens every time we have an election, it seems. And then after that came in dragons. My particular dragon guide is a white dragon. Her name is Isis. And she came in and she showed me the circling of the dragons, many, many dragons that are around the USA right now that are fearful about what could happen. And then was Merlin. And Merlin, there was just there wasn't a feeling of anything really. Merlin just said, put on your cloak, because when I had a quantum flame healing and attunement, he showed me a purple velvet cloak and said, this is what you put on when you want to connect with me. So, okay. And then after that was, I have a guy named Justin, who's just a regular guy from medieval times. He has a hawk named Landau. And Justin came in and said, he just said, I'm really sad. I'm really sad. So I have Mother Mary with sorrow. I have Justin with sadness. The hawk was just there with Justin. Landau didn't really give me a feeling about anything, because animals just go on with their lives. They don't, they just do their animal instinctual stuff. And then I have my Native American guide, White Feather, and he said Americans will do the same thing they've always done, unfortunately. It's history repeating itself, all of the fighting, taking sides. And I was just like, wow, it was really heavy when I was connecting with each one of my guides. Now, of course, I hope that nothing explosive happens in the USA. Really, really holding out hope that people will stay in truth and love. And whatever the truth is, we have a democracy. Whatever the truth is, that's what it is. But will we get the truth? That's, I think, what a lot of people are worried about. So typically I will be prompted to use a spray. All three. The dragon spray, the Merlin spray, the Mother Mary spray. These are, I'm going to put the link in the description box for Angelic Celestial Colors. This is my dragon spray. This is the Merlin spray. There are two different types of Merlin sprays. Mine is the Connection and Mentorship spray, which I've been using for a long time. That was the first spray that I got. And the Mother Mary spray, Harbor Light, this is love, right? So I have those sprays, and I have the starting of our reading on staying in truth and love in the USA today and going beyond, all the way now up till whenever the inauguration is. Okay, so we need to remember that. Okay, it's been a very hard. I mean, we go all the way back, to the fights that broke out over slavery, the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, everything, brother against brother. We keep getting ourselves into that in the USA. For some reason, we cannot learn that love is the key, and that just because someone else has a different opinion from us, we don't need to hate them, fight with them, disown them. This just is yeah. That's the nostalgia card. I mean, I don't know. The last time that I can think of in my lifetime that felt cohesive as far as a presidency was really Kennedy. That's the last time that, to me, in my lifetime, in my knowledge of presidents, JFK was the last time that I remember the country being in, it probably wasn't 100% unity, but it was a lot of unity. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. Wow, yeah, we've got, so Six of Cups, nostalgia. Two of Swords, choice, but you've got blindfolds on. What's your choice? Eight of Swords, keeping yourself trapped in your own Thoughts. Okay. All right, let's see. So we've got nostalgia. We've got nostalgia. We've got the Two of Swords. We've got the Eight of Swords. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. We've got the High Priestess. You know things and you don't know how you know them. And then we have the Hanging Man. Okay. Okay, Spirit. Okay, Spirit, help me with the meanings and the message that you want to get across. All right, so we have 9 cards. The first 3, the choice of staying in truth and love. That's kind of the overview of this reading. We have the 6 of Cups. 6 is our harmony. This cup depicts a childlike innocence, right? When we were very young children, we didn't hate our friend because they didn't like the same things we liked. Maybe now it's a little bit harder to be in that, but you think back, I don't know, to the 50s and even the 60s. If somebody had a different opinion from us, we didn't hate them. We just, okay, they like Pepsi and I like Coke or what have you. It wasn't a knockdown, drag out fight of you have to think the way I think. I don't know how we got to the point where we are in America where if somebody has a different opinion than us, we don't want to talk to them. It's just weird to me. Then we have the Two of Swords. This is a choice card. 2s are choice and balance. So this is directly underneath the 3 of Wands. 2 choice cards. This person is blindfolded. What is the choice? You can't see the choice. If your anger is going to blind you about whatever is happening, so we get angry about many things, right? It could be the presidential election. If your candidate wins, then you're angry at everybody else because they're mad that your candidate won. If your candidate doesn't win, then you're angry because your candidate didn't win. It's like nobody can win because we're staying in this state of anger instead of in the state of truth and love, right? And this 8 of Swords, what they're telling me is people want to keep a blindfold on about the truth. They want to keep believing whatever it is that they believe the truth is instead of having the actual real truth. Wow, Spirit. Okay. Yeah. And I don't get wound up about politics. I just don't. It's just not, many years ago in 2020, I was off of a lot of social media because there were too many arguments going on about the pandemic and about the presidential election and about everybody. I just couldn't stand it anymore. It was too negative, right? So we want the truth. Whatever the truth is, that's what we want, right? And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is slow and steady wins the race. This is usually financial, job-wise, what have you. But this knight is just going through slowly, walking his horse. He's got his pentacle shield. He's got his banner. He's just walking on, okay? And, whoever is declared the winner of the race, this is what they will need to do. Because there will be probably a lot of mending and repairing that will need to be done in order to bring us as a nation together with the same goal, right? Everybody has the same. We want life, liberty, and happiness. Thank you, Spirit. We want life, liberty, and happiness. Whoever gets elected, we want life, liberty, and happiness, okay? So whoever gets in, they're going to have to do some mending to bring, the Senate, the House of Representatives, and all of that together, right? Working towards the same goal, right? We want America to be a great nation. We want to live in a beautiful democratic society where we have choice. We also will need to accept the democratic choice, whatever. I'm not saying it's the Democratic or Republican. I'm speaking in terms of when we vote, we're a democracy. So when we vote, this is how our country is, and we have to accept whatever happens. Okay. And I still don't know. Then we have the High Priestess. This is another choice card. You see how she's between those two pillars? She could be between night and day, or what have you, between the dream state and the metaphysical and the physical. But this is definitely a choice card, and this is an intuition card. What is your gut telling you? Take your opinions out, and what is your gut telling you? Okay? That's how we want to read the situation. That's how we want to stay in truth and love. Your gut will not lie to you. Your intuition will not lie to you. Okay? So then we have the Hanging Man. This is basically be authentic. Be authentically you, right? This is seeing things in a different perspective. So all of us will have to have a new perspective. Whenever we have a new president, we are going to have a new perspective. That's all there is to it. Things change. Every time the person in office changes, things will change in the country. Things will change individually for us based on things. I mean, it wasn't just the presidential election. There were things voted on. In my town, we had all these referendums and things, do you want to spend money on this or that or what? We had all these things. So every time we have an election, things change. Change is inevitable, right? So we're going to have to see things in a different and higher perspective. Yeah, thank you. The High Priestess, a higher perspective, your gut intuition, your gut feelings, okay? Let's stay together in truth and in love with our friends, our family, and whoever. Let's stay out of anger and discord. Let's just stay positive, okay? Stay positive. Do not hate your brethren. I don't know who's given me that word for their opinions. Most of all, if you think that a discussion about the state of the country is going to lead to an angry argument, then don't get into the discussion. Where I work, we've had several patients come in and start talking about politics and things, and I say, I can't talk about that because I'm working. I'm clocked in for this company, so I really can't talk about politics. And usually, I think I ended every sentence with saying, let's just hope that people don't hate each other for their differences. Because I want to plant that seed about not getting into that. We've had wars where we're killing brothers, cousins, and relatives and friends over opinions. Come on, Americans. Human race, come on. I mean, I'm talking about America today because that's, at the forefront. But, every country, the wars and the hate mongering and the warmongering and it's just a lot. Okay, that was a lot of cards. All right, Spirit, we're going to have to reshuffle this deck and try again. We have the Nine of Wands and the Five of Wands that first came out. Wands are action and passion. Five of Wands. This is my King Arthur deck. Five of Wands is practicing. It's light debate, right? These guys aren't killing each other. They have sticks. They're discussing, they're debating, they're talking, and this is where you can have a discussion about things. I think I talked about this a long, long time ago. I took I don't know if it was a seminar, it was a workshop. And one of and it was about communication and cohesiveness in the workplace. And one of the exercises was that they paired two of us together and we each had to pick. I feel like it had something to do with either Republican, Democrat, or president. I remember George Bush, the younger George Bush was one of the ones. And then I don't remember who the other one was. So what we had to do was say who we liked, and then we switched. So I had to convince the person that I was with why they should like my candidate, which wasn't really my candidate, and the other person had to convince me of why I should like, or we had to pick something we didn't believe in. That was what it was. So we had to pick a person or a thing that we didn't believe in. It could have been religion. It was all kinds of different things. And then we had to convince the other person why they should believe it. And it was something we didn't believe in. What a tremendous exercise it was. By the time I got done, I was like, wow, there are lots of reasons to actually like this person. Instead of, and I'm not a fan of George Bush Jr. or whatever his name is, GW. I live in Maine, and Mainers know a lot about them because they were here during summers and their youth and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I won't get into that. But so by the end of it, I was like, well, there are a lot of things to like about this person. So maybe I should, uh, tone it down a little bit with my opinion. I'm admitting that to you. Okay. So we can have a discussion, a light debate. It doesn't have to turn into an argument. Nine of Wands is, this card definitely depicts the Nine of Wands as the wounded warrior, right? Been through so much. I made it out with my one wand, my broken arm, my injured head, but I made it through. I made it through. So this is how some of us probably feel today and in the upcoming days. We feel exhausted. We feel tired of the discussion. We feel tired of the stuff on TV and YouTube all about the election and all this and the mudslinging and all that. It's exhausting. But we made it through, right? We made it through. I don't know how many people are going to be interested to watch this video, but I put out what my guides tell me to put out. Oh my gosh. Okay, what is that card that won't go back? The Lovers, another choice card. Guys, we have a choice of how we carry ourselves, how we talk to people, how we approach people, how we answer people. All those choices, we have choice. Different perspective. Choice, choice, choice. This is even a choice to take off our blindfolds and come out of that, right? Obviously, the choice of how we handle ourselves going forward is, are we going to be in truth and love and integrity, or are we going to be in low vibration and low frequency? What are we going to do? How are we going to conduct ourselves from here on out regarding this? Okay. All right. Let's see. The Fool. New journey. Obviously. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. This is going to be a new journey for the USA, regardless of the outcome of the election. This is going to be a new journey, right? Don't jump off the rocks without seeing where you're going, right? It's just, most of all, we have to keep ourselves in integrity. All right, I think I'm going to have to move and make more room because this feels like it might be a little bit longer than what I think or what I thought it would be. All right, and then the last card is Death. A death of the old way of doing things. Thank you so much, Spirit. So we have new beginning with the Fool, and then we have death. And look, death is a new way of doing things, and the Hanging Man is a different perspective, okay? We really, really have to rein it in. I hope and pray that everybody learned something from the last time that people were upset about the election and what happened on January 6th of whenever that was. I don't remember. I don't have cable. I don't watch the news. I don't want to, because it all seems negative and I don't know what to trust, right? Okay, so let's recap. So I guess current energies in the U.S., right? Right now, November 6th, the Three of Wands, that choice card, right? What are we going to leave behind? What are we going to take with us? We need to take truth. We need to take love, okay? Nostalgia, the innocent, childlike way of viewing things and not getting the adult, angry, mean, not letting that in. The Two of Swords, that choice with the blinders on. We don't sometimes want to see the truth, right? We need to take the blinders off, listen to the truth, understand the truth. That Eight of Swords, right? Where we're trapping ourselves in our thoughts. And our thoughts, if we stay in an anger, upset, disappointed, all of that low frequency stuff, is going to lead to issues. That's what they're giving me. So we need to not do that. This Knight of Pentacles represents whoever gets in office and how they're going to have to go slow and steady forward and get everybody on board to make a cohesive America, okay? And then we have the High Priestess, right? Staying in that high frequency vibration, but another choice card nonetheless. And then the Hanging Man, seeing it from a different perspective, right? Then we have this Five of Wands. We can have debates, we can discuss, but we don't need to hate, okay? Nine of Wands, coming out of all these months leading up to this election, feeling like a wounded warrior, exhausted by all the things we've seen, we've heard, everything we've anticipated. We're coming out, we're here, we're still here, but we need to remain in truth and love, right? The Lovers, another choice card. The Lovers is a choice card. And the story about this Lovers card in the Welch deck, this Pendragon deck, the whole story about this card was that a man fell in love with a woman in a dream. And in the dream, and he kept trying to find this woman, and he was completely obsessed with finding this woman that he fell in love with in his dream. He had the dream next to a stream. After months and months and maybe even years of looking and searching, he said, I need to go back to the beginning. So this card in this deck, my guides always remind me of what the meaning of the card is when they developed this deck, was go back to the beginning to find the answer. Go back to the beginning to find the answer. I don't know what that means for each of you, but take it as it resonates. When he went back to the beginning, he laid down by the stream. He thought, oh, I need to follow this stream or river or whatever it was. I need to follow this and I will find her. And they did. Now you can take it as a stream of consciousness. You can take it as a stream of information from your gut intuition, what have you. But anyway, it's a choice, okay? Going back to the beginning for the answers. Then we had the Fool, new journey. Then we have death. Death of the old way. We cannot continue with the fighting. We cannot continue with the hatred. We are just going to, okay, so now they're giving me Atlantis. Atlantis fell because they abused their power. They became greedy of how they used their crystals. There's a lot of stories about Atlantis, and I won't get into it now. I've done a lot of research and listening on my own, watching, and there are many, many devious things that went on in Atlantis. Not everybody was, but it was destroyed, basically because those entities that lived on Atlantis were, I'm not saying human beings because they weren't exactly human beings, but they abused their power. They abused their power. So we do not want to, we have to get rid of the old way of doing things so that we don't end up like that. We have to be in a state of love, mainly. Truth and love. That's what we need to be in a state of. We can love people regardless of their opinions. The guides are just, they're all here. I can feel them all around me. They're just saying this is a very important message to get out. And I would be so happy if you would like the video so that it can go around YouTube. Maybe somebody needs to hear this, that they can calm down. They can stay in love. They can stay in truth. They don't need to hate, right? Very important. Okay, gold foil deck. We've got, I can't read it. These cards are beautiful. I love shuffling them, but they're sometimes hard to read because the light bounces off like it does. This is quite a reading, but I feel like it's, I mean, my guides put it on me to do this. Wouldn't be something I would choose to read about. Trust me. Trust me. Okay, more pentacles. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is beauty and abundance. She's sitting there on her throne, right? With the pentacle and all that she's created, all the beauty around her. This is what we need to remember. We need to remember how beautiful and abundant we are, how beautiful and abundant our spirits are, right? We are more than our human meat suit. We are not this. We are beautiful souls inside of this. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. This is when our energies, our money, our efforts are being put in the wrong spot. They're not going where they should go. They're not going where we want them to go. Keep that in mind. And what my guides are giving me is you don't want to waste energy on negativity. Thank you, Spirit. Oh my gosh. You don't want to waste energy on negativity. Just don't do it. Don't waste your energy on negativity. Wow. All right, let me see if there's anything else from this deck, and then we'll get some oracle cards. This, to me, is a very profound reading as a reminder to stay in truth and love. Stay in truth and love, Americans, okay? USA, stay in truth and love. Okay, no, that was what they wanted from that deck. Okay, don't waste your energy, time, and efforts on negative things, please, okay? We can get through this. We can see things differently, okay? We just need to get out of that mentality of hatred and not accepting that other people have other opinions. We just cannot do that. All right, healing spirits. Okay, healing spirits. What do you have for us? I'm getting really excited because my husband and I, our trip is coming up. We're leaving on Friday mid-morning, and we won't be back until Tuesday mid-afternoon. Success isn't what you have, it's what you do with what you have. Oh my gosh. And they're giving me that. Yes, for those that are on the winning side, what they're saying is don't gloat, don't fight, don't say, ha ha, I told you. They're saying stay in a state of love and truth. Wow. This is a 28. This is a 10. Completion of a cycle, beginning of a new cycle. The Fool, right? Death, perspective, okay? Success isn't what you have, it's what you do with what you have. Remember, we don't want to be braggarts. We don't want to rub people's faces in things. I don't know why they're telling me to say this stuff, but it must be important or they wouldn't give me these words. Speak your truth with passion. Speak your truth with passion, right? Passion, love, okay? Speak your truth with passion. This is a 45, which is a 9, which is accomplishment. So we can be passionate about our truth, and I'm hoping that our truth is what they're telling you, which is, isn't that odd? Blue, red. Speak your truth with passion, and your truth should be coming from a place of love, and it should be, hey, I know we don't have the same outlook about politics or the election, but I still love you. I still want to be your friend. We don't need to talk about it. Your truth, in this case, that you speak in passion should be all about accepting, right, the people that you love and not condemning them, right? Not condemning them. So I want to see if Speak Your Truth with Passion, what the book says. You have learned many lessons thus far on your journey, and it's an interesting moment when you sense that you know something more than you thought you did. When that sense of awakening springs from deep inside you, it is a time to share it with others. Guardian spirits are telling you to believe in yourself and speak out, trusting that you are connected to the higher powers of the universe. So what they're giving me is that exact thing. Like, some people are afraid to say, okay, yeah, this candidate won or that candidate won, but we now need to go ahead in cohesiveness. We need to stick together. We need to be together as a nation. And people are afraid to say that because they don't want to get scoffed at. They don't want someone to say, what are you talking about? Now it's going to be this or that. I can just hear it now, what's going to happen when we try to talk about coming together as a nation. Let me see. Trust that you are connected to the higher powers of the universe. There's only one truth, and when you are truly connected to Source, that is what you will speak. Remember, when you share your experiences with others, you will learn more about your true purpose too. So they really wanted to get that in there, that connect to your intuition. Connect to your intuition. Your gut is never wrong. Your gut is going to tell you to soften, right? And to be in truth and love. I fully believe that. I fully believe that. And that's what we need right now. Okay, magical times, and then we'll get an animal oracle. My love goes out to everyone, no matter what side you are on. My love, my understanding, my hope for a better future for America, one where we can all come together for the good of each other, for the good of the country. There are a lot of issues in America that need to be dealt with, and if we don't come together cohesively, we're never going to get there. We have to come together. Okay. All right, Magical Times Empowerment Cards by Jody Bergsma. What's the right card for today's reading, please? For, I don't even know what to call this. Discernment. Yeah, use discernment with your words. Use discernment with what you say. Choose your words carefully. See the truth. Truth coming out again. See the truth of the situation. Use common sense and do not be fooled. Pay attention. Your intuition knows. Guys, I just said that. Spirit said that through me throughout this reading, right? Tune into your gut. It doesn't lie. See the truth of the situation and use common sense. Use common sense. So many times now we've thrown common sense out the window. It is not common sense to hate somebody because they have a different opinion from you. That's just not common sense. I don't do it. I'm able to do it, I have, friends who have a different political opinion from me, and I have told them, and I've said this before, maybe I said it at the beginning of this reading, but I can't remember. Let's not talk about politics, because I love you as a friend. We've been friends for a long time. We can differ on that opinion, but I still love you, right? I'm not going to try to convince you to be on the same political side as me, and you don't need to convince me. We just need to not discuss it. And it works. It works, guys. It works. I still have those friends to this day. Through all these last years, ever since 2019 or whatever it was when all this started, I still have those friends. I didn't have to lose friends over that. I tried not to, I don't think I lost any friends over the pandemic, but it was the same type thing. People had different opinions about what they wanted to do and if they wanted to get the jab and masks and all of that. And I believe there were people that had differing opinions from me, but I believe that I was able to get through it and keep my friends and family members that had different opinions from me. Just by that same thing, just saying, we can have a different opinion. I love you. I don't want to lose you over an opinion. Sea otter, happiness. Be the master of playful living. Yes, please keep your vibration high, guys. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Yes, we can't let joy be stolen from us. That's exactly what the dark would want, right? We need to stay in our light. Let worry go and instead choose love. What did the very first three cards? Choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. We need to stay in love, guys and gals. Grizzly bear power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition. Here it is again, intuition. And go where it leads. Love, again, and gentleness are my real strength. Love, love, love throughout this whole thing. I never give up. I will succeed. You know what you will succeed at? You will succeed at keeping your friends and loved ones because you are not going to let yourself be dragged down the hatred hole, okay? All right. I truly, truly hope that this has helped. Please do give it a like, a share, a thumbs up so it can go around YouTube. I really feel strongly that people need to be reminded of this, okay? We are one nation under God in the USA, right? We need to be cohesive to move forward in a positive way, okay? We just have to remember to stay in love and truth, please, guys, all right? Peace and kindness every single day, and more so today than any other day. I love you all.